Wait, I gotta make my entrance. I'll be right back.
Okay. We're live already.
No. You'll see.
Okay.
أنا مرض أنا مرض أنا مرض أنا مرض أنا الداء ومني
The dictator is here.
وليس لمدمني
Bonjour. Did you see my goal against Paraguay yesterday?
Yeah.
Oui. Did you see the Paraguay players? They tried to kill me. How did they not get a single yellow card?
Oh, that's
Don't
why
ask.
you wanted me to change your name.
Is it coming home this year, Jay-Z?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched much of the World Cup. So I have
England
no
and
idea what's
Mexico
going
play
on.
tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's like at 1 AM for the UK. So. Apparently there's a new law passed that pubs are able
I mean, we
to
stay up all the
open.
time for F1, don't we?
Apparently a new law was passed in the UK so pubs can stay open past like 1 AM just for this World Cup. Anyway.
Jules Romero still gleaming. 30 years of hurt never stopped me dreaming. Wow. What a nice stream. So, as mentioned, we're already live.
Yeah.
Okay, I do not answer to that name. I am El Dictator. Saitama Circuit. Total amount of corners, I forgot. Important thing is, it's one of the best tracks on the calendar. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a slip and slide at the moment. Rain will lift. Latter half of the race. She's wet and wild right now, boys. What? But we're waiting for the start of qualifying. You can see both Hasses down in the pit lane.
Alright. We're ready.
Steady. Alexander Albon making an appearance at the front of the grid in the pits for the moment. More cars coming out. There is more than 9 drivers, or more than 12, I should say. Just not detected at the moment. Green flag flies. 15 minutes of qualifying in the wets. So now you're on the fly. You've been doing your sims. You're obviously aware what the weather's going to be all week. You can see it in the Discord channel, unless you are blind. But now the pressure's on.
Yeah.
This is the session, and this is the second to last race of the season.
Yeah, both
In terms
championships
of the
can actually
standings,
be won. Haas can win the constructors this race, and Thax can win the drivers this race as well. Although Haas only need to score, they can score the same amount of points as Ferrari and they can win the championship, but Thax has a little bit more work to do. He has to outscore Dungeon by 5 points, I think, to win the drivers championship.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5 points, but yeah, Thax definitely has his chance of winning it, but Haas winning the constructors looks like it's basically guaranteed at this point in the season.
And remember, the thing for Thax's driver championship, that 5-point gap would mean an unassailable advantage. Coming into, so all he technically has to do is finish 1 or 2 spots behind, as long as he's on the road and he's already won it. So no stupid mistakes. Now, of course, you say no stupid mistakes, and we come to a track where the rain is pouring down at the moment. But still, expect a good pace from him nonetheless. I'm sure he is ready for this day, looking to become, I do believe, the first driver ever to win 3 AWC championships.
Yeah. 3 times.
Cementing himself officially as the greatest of all time if he's able to pull it off, and he is on course.
Yeah, so yeah, Crackdev in the Ferrari rounding out his lap out of the final corner, and he has the BMW of Happy just behind him as Clamzaro in the Mercedes goes up to P1 with a 14.2. But let's see what Crackdev can do as he goes quicker, almost an entire second into the mid 13s. What does Happy do? It looks like he invalidated his lap, but Dungeon now heading up to the line, up the hill, and now crossing the start finish line. Let's see what he can do. Can he get into the 112s? Maybe. No, he can't. He's behind Crackdev by 0.3 of a second. So yeah, a bit surprising. Would have expected more as Poco in the Audi goes up to P1 for a provisional pole with a 13.1. Solid 5 just setting a purple sector 3 there. But his lap was invalid. Setting a 112.5 would have been an astonishing lap from him if that was valid, but unfortunately it wasn't. But yeah, let's run on board with Thax for his lap as Basketic goes up to P3 in the Cadillac, but going back to Thax, and he's invalidated already, it looks like. Yeah.
Yep, just gone straight on. Must have forgotten that the cars can actually turn left. All you have to do is just, move the steering wheel a little bit. But I'll have plenty of time to make another run at it. Looks like he's just testing something or other. And he'll go for it from the line. Boconado on pole. 0.4 the gap. Crackdev making his way to the line. Is he currently on the lap or is he beginning one? He's about to start one, it looks like. So
yeah,
we'll keep an eye on the Ferrari as he crosses the line. Behind him, that's going to be the BMW of Happy, I do believe.
Yeah.
So Crackdev into sector 1.
Yeah, Poco.
YSI improving.
Yeah, Poco ahead of Crackdown as well. But let's see, where is YSI? YSI heading into the final sector. And 2 green sectors for YSI. Looks like a pretty decent lap time. Probably let's start going purple in the second sector. Let's see what he's going to do. And he's in P7 currently. He hasn't set a valid lap time. He's behind YSI on track. So let's go to YSI, see what he can do.
YSI, here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes in the Audi. Had a late start this season, but he's been on good form. Heading up to the line, and it's invalid. Let's see what Sok can do in the Haas. Heading up the line as well. Can he get ahead of Poco maybe? Invalid. So yeah, track limits are being a big problem at this circuit.
YSI was on for a 113.183, would have put him second at the moment. So there is pace to be had there for sure. Sector 1 fastest from Sant. Sant's just setting a ton of purples, but still, no time on the board.
Yeah,
Not sure what's going on there. He's in through the medium hander. You dropped to 4th gear. Now you're on the exit. Of course, it's a bit different with the rain.
Yeah, so just hasn't been able to pull a lap together. Alan goes up to P7. And Son 85 heading into the second sector. Can he make it another purple here? 28.0 as Thax goes into P1 at 112.6. Absolutely astonishing lap time from him. The only driver to get into the 112s and half a second ahead of Poco. So let's see if Poco has an answer to that. Sod 85 is rounding out the final corner, and he looks to be on a pretty good lap time as well. So the championship contender heading up to the line. Can he get it? Can he get P1? No, he can't. 13.0, 4/10 behind Max. But let's see, does Poker have an answer? He's heading up to the line as well in the Audi. And can he get his first ever pole position? No, he can't. And yeah, not an improvement from Poker. That was a good last sector though. But yeah, Dungeon Fanatics is starting another lap as well. 16.3 first sector. Sod 85 went 2/10 quicker than that, and I think Dungeon just dipped a wheel in the gravel there. I think that might have been his lap over. But let's see as he crosses into the second sector, and yeah, lap over for Dungeon.
Less than 9 minutes to go into the qualifying session. Still plenty of red on the board. Still testing the limits, testing the braking, especially now with the heavy downpour. I'm not sure what percentage it's at, JZ. What did you put it to?
70.
70?
Yeah, 70.
So full wet conditions for sure. And obviously all the drivers on the wets, but still throwing a wrench in their plans for sure. Hayas improving through his first sector at the moment. That is the Alpine driver. Got his first points of the season. Was it last week? Last time out?
I don't even know if he's scored points this season. I don't think he has.
I think he has once.
Oh yeah, in the first
He may have gone a bit wide there.
Yeah, dipped well into
in the
ground.
corner.
I don't think
Yeah,
it
it
affected
did.
him too much. And oh, that's a
Oh, he's still green.
Too wide
Oh,
for
never
him.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Thak's not improving through Sector 1. He is on a lap. Makes his way uphill now. Long left-hander, very reminiscent of some of the corners we see at Silverstone. Just in the opposite direction, and Thax loses traction. Coming down the hill there. Rear slid out from underneath him. Still no other drivers into the 112s. It's just him. Yep.
Dungeon heading into the final sector.
Where is he coming to
here.
the line?
Yeah, Dungeon out of the
There he
final
is.
chicane. Looks like he maybe cut the last apex of that chicane a bit too much. That might have been invalid for Dungeon, but he's going to continue on with the lap, heading up to the line. Can he get ahead of Thax maybe? And no, he can't. Only up to P4 behind Poker.
It's not enough.
Yeah, not enough. Thax just looks to be in a different league at this moment. But Poker improving, 16.2. He's pretty good in these conditions. Poker and Sot both are pretty good in these conditions, as Poker are heading down the hill into the right-hander. And braking for the right hand here. Keep the wheels out of the gravel there. You don't want to lose traction. And now heading into the final sector through this right-hander, taking a little lift through there and into this corner. Track limit's very strict on the exit here. But let's see what the second sector is for Poker. 28.1. So I think that is pretty decent. And he headed into the final chicane and cutting the curb a lot there. I think you can get away with that. So it seems, but yeah, Poker heading up to the line. Can he get ahead of Thax, maybe get his first pole position in this season? And he goes up to P2, ahead of Sod, the second driver, to get into the 112s.
Poconado, I mean, in the second half of the season, he's had some really, really good race performances, especially in qualifying more than anything else, but just getting slightly bested here. But it proves that the 112 is possible for these other drivers. And if there's anyone to keep an eye out for, it is Sot. Very close to breaking into the 112s. Dungeon Fanatics, looks like he's struggling out there. For sure in these conditions.
Oh,
Y-side P5. Yep. 113, 315. Puts him ahead of the second Scuderia for now. HVSK is improving on his lap. That 115 shouldn't be there much longer. And never mind, he's just going to cut through. So it will, in fact, stay there for a couple more minutes, unless he fails to improve, of course, which is possible. TXH not improving in 7th. And is anyone else on the lap that I can see? A lot of yellows at the moment.
Yeah, not really seeing any more improvements from the drivers here, but yeah, Stacks on a lap.
Crackdev
No,
improving.
he isn't. Oh yeah, Crackdev. Let's go on board with Crackdev, the second Ferrari into the hairpin here. And easy to lose traction over the crest of the hill. I think I just saw a BMW crash there. I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
I think that was happy, but yeah, Crackdev heading into the right hand here. An important traction zone leading onto this long straight. here, having an Audi in front of him, impairing his vision slightly, but hopefully that's not going to affect him too badly. And Crackdown going a bit wide there, could have got closer to the barrier, about 28.0 second sector, that's pretty good. That's faster than Poco's second sector on his lap. Poco did a 28.1, so yeah, through the chicane for Crackdev, looked like he kept that pretty tidy, but had a little wiggle on the exit, losing the car under traction. But now as he heads up to line, let's see what the Frenchman can do. Can he get into the 112s? No, he can't. No improvement for Crackdev. And yeah, Alan's on a lap right now. Oh no, he's not.
No, he's come out of pits.
Yeah.
Thax about to start. Probably his second to last attempt here to improve on his time. He's provisional pole by 3.5 tenths. Did they put the Mercedes engine in his car this week? Let me know. No, he's not making it up all on the straights. He's just simply, he's found the breaking point. He's perfected it in these conditions in 70% rain, which is very tricky. You train all the time. You're always on the limit. But again, the weather does make it harder now. Fastest sector 1, 16.17. Thax 19.05 on a run.
Poco
Long,
improving.
sustained medium here.
Poco heading into the final sector, and Poco with a blistering second sector, 20.0, so that's quicker than even
Chance to
Crackdown.
improve.
Yeah, it's a big chance to improve. And as he heads up the line, enabling straight mode, and the car is using all the battery down the start finish straight. What can this be for Poco? No improvement. But let's go back to Thax. Has Thax aborted the lap? Can't spoke to him.
Looks like he has,
Yeah,
maybe?
I think he has. And
Alright, he's got one more shot, really.
yeah, he has. Yeah, Thax aboard the lap. And Sot heading up to the line, and that's invalid for Sot. Dungeon Fanatics with the 27.9 second sector. Hello. Even quicker than Poco, so Dungeon now heading into the final chicane, and that was a big cut on the first apex there. I think that might have been invalid, but yeah, he's going to head up to the line, hopefully going to get into the 112s. He doesn't want to let this championship slip away this race, but heading up to the line for Dungeon, and it is an improvement by only 200ths of a second.
2 minutes to go in the qualifying session. This is where it matters. Of course, at the end of the day, without the collisions, you can still easily catch up through race pace. But this is a great benchmark of what to expect, especially in the opening stages of this race while we have this rain. Thax is clearly the favorite right now, 3 tenths. That is a mile in F1 terms. Yside is crossing the line. Is he going for another lap? He is. Less than 2 minutes to go. Poconato not improving. Yellows. Allen's going to bump Happy down the order. He's going to move up to 9th. Happy's improving on his own lap. Is he actually out there is the question.
Yeah,
he is. BMW making its way to the line. Where is Thax? Thax making his way past the line. This will be his final attempt. Ysai improving through first sector. Sitting P5, chased by the Haas down the hill. That is Dungeon Fanatics. Dungeon Fanatics red through sector 1. He's going wide. He's got to make it back to the line before the clock hits 0. Keep an eye on Ysai. What is his sector 2 time going to look like? 16.3, 29.1 is nowhere near. And he's bailing out already, it looks like.
Yeah, he's gonna have enough time for one more lap. He has to start the lap now, so yeah.
He's got to get out of the car. He's got to get out of the car.
Is he? No, he's
Oh, he's just going to go again because we're on wets. We're on wets, right? Yeah, you know. Absolutely no degradation.
Yeah, Thax on Poco both on their final laps now. Thax heading into the final sector, and a 27.8 second sector, and that's not even an improvement for Thax. So yeah, Thax looking
That's
really
how clear he is.
Yeah, that's how clear he is. Not even improving, but this lap still is probably enough to get pole position. But yeah, let's see if that can improve even further as he heads up to the line. And is it going to be an improvement? And it's not. Let's see what Poco can do, and Poco's in the wall.
Invalid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be it. Dungeon Fanatics is on a lap now. And yeah, he's heading into the second sector. But
Dungeon and Sop both on laps. So is Crackdev. Still got 3 drivers to watch here. Now the question is, which one is the furthest up the road?
I think Dungeon. Yeah, Dungeon is. Dungeon's heading into the final sector, into the chicane.
Two yellows.
Oh, 2 yellows. But
Unless he
maybe
pulls a Verstappen Monaco.
yeah, it's definitely possible. The last chicane is probably one of the trickiest corners out of this circuit, so there is a lot of time to make up there. But let's see what can Dungeon do, and it's no improvement for him.
Sant not improving either. YSI is done. Sant, final chicane out of Sector 3 now onto the straightaway. Crack Dev's right ahead of him. The Scooteria and the Haas both coming to the line relatively the same time here, separated by a couple car lengths. Crack Dev's going to be the first in line. Can the Frenchman improve into the top 5? Answer is no, but Sant will knock Poco off of the front row. It's a 112.963. Sant does improve, but still 3.5 tenths behind Dax 1905, who looks poised to basically put the championship away right now.
Yeah, so Dungeon needs to get P2 if he wants the championship to go down into the last race. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to pull that off, considering how fast Poco and Sant are in these conditions. So yeah, it's going to be tough for Dungeon.
What? 300 black men for 50 pounds? Thank you, Burger King. I needed a pickle on top of my burger. What the fuck is this? The Saddam burger? I asked for no pickles on my burger, and they gave me the fucking pickle pounder. God damn, lily pad, man. Give me the goddamn motherfucking lily pad. God damn. Wendy's, what the fuck is this shit? The fucking Tomatonator? My fault. This is a small field today. Hey, put me out there, coach. I could probably make the top 10.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? Let me drive while I'm commentating. Don't worry.
Yeah, so Poco isn't even supposed to be driving this race, apparently. We have 3 Audis out on track, so...
What? What? Ref, that's a flagrant. Flagrant? Flagrant. Ref! Ref, teach me English, please. Well, I mean, they're signing themselves up for a penalty, that's for sure.
Yeah, Poco's gonna get a DSQ if he continues racing.
Bro, it's not 21, it's gonna be 51.
Oh yeah, I'm so dumb.
For 30 minutes, yeah. Race started 29 minutes ago. Someone in the stream named Red Hot Chili Peppers dun 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 said, why did Westside get such a bad time? 113.3 is 7/10 off, but remember, the Swede hasn't driven that much of the season. He's not as big of a fan of the 26 cars as he was with the 25s. But if you ask Wysai, the 25 is a terrible car, and the 23 would be his favorite. Or was it the 24? I don't remember anymore. Some of the drivers were trying to back up past the DRS line to get straight mode for the start.
Oh yeah, I think everyone does that.
Yeah, it is legal. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's allowed.
Not gonna lie, it looks kind of west, says Beast Grand Prix. Are you sure? I think I see a little bit of rain.
Alright, we're starting now. I need to do the weather real quick.
All right, time to lock in. Pre-start. Soon it'll be batteries out and away we manage. Wait, that's not the line. But regardless, the rain expected, heavy for at least the next 12 minutes, 24 minutes of the race. Intermediate conditions. The race is not 5 laps long, I swear to you. Drivers told to watch the lights. 28 laps of racing around the St. Thomas circuit. It's Thax on pole. It's lights out, and away we go. And you can see the wheel spin immediately. Battery deployment down the straight. Thax is going to hold on to the lead. Sot and Poconauta behind. Dungeon in the mix as well. Thax, great starts. Now look at the Audi. Look at the Audi of Poconauta. Wait, that's not even Poconauta. It's Wysai, the Swede, who we counted out. Said, oh, he's 7/10 down to Thax, 19:05 in quali. But now he's all the way up to second. Overtakes 3 cars at the start of the race and now into the tricky left-hander. Maintain your speed and look for a good exit. Wet conditions and there's wheel spin all over. But Wysai's holding back the combined attack of the two asses. That's Poconauta behind as well. Of course, the penalty is pending now. Wysai's going to lose it into the wall. Into the wall. Commentators, Chris strikes again. The Swede is out. 3 positions. Pulls a Charles Leclerc and he's already binned it. Thax is gone. Almost a full second ahead now. Wysai. He must have stepped on the battery. There's no other explanation.
Yeah.
Too much torque in these conditions can really screw you over. You come to lap 2 and Thax with a commanding lead already. Dungeon, though, is in P2. He has to finish there at minimum to even have a chance next week. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Interesting start.
Wysai, I think he just dipped the wheel onto the gravel, lost all the traction, and headed straight into the wall. So, yeah, unfortunate.
That plus the
thing.
battery, you can't do that in the rain, bro. You can't. Not these cars. Not with these cars, that's for sure. Dungeon Fanatics is going to lose the position here to Son 85. Poconauta is there as well, so it's Allen behind them, 4/10 now. You can see the gap starting to open up. That is the leading Alpine. Crackdev is maintaining his P6 at the moment, and that's Basque right now running 7th. It's looking good for him. The 2 BMWs trailing behind. Clams, HVSK, Hayos, the rest of the field already lagging behind. Thax is almost a full second ahead of Dungeon at the moment. Out of the final chicane, making his way onto the front straightaway. The Scuderia seems untouchable right now in the wet conditions, as was shown in qualifying. How much faster is he per lap? We'll see as they cross the line now. First lap where they're not from a standstill stop. Fastest lap is a 1:13.636. Next closest driver, Dungeon Fanatics, 2.5 tenths slower around the lap. Insane pace from the Scuderia.
Yeah, Thax building up a commanding lead already, 8/10 ahead, setting up purple sector 1 once again. So yeah, I'm surprised Sod 85 hasn't gained more time. He's usually pretty good in these conditions, but he's getting outpaced by both Thax and Dungeon as we head down the hill. And Poco having a bit of oversteer on the exit there, I think, and Allen in the Alpine. Looks like he switched cars, so yeah, but yeah, Crackdev all the way down in P6, so this is not going to be good for Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. I think they are going to lose the Constructors this race if it stays like this. So yeah, but we saw anything can happen with Wysai. Just takes one DNF for Ferrari to be back in the fight.
Well, I mean, yeah, Dungeon and Sot are not going to be easy to dethrone here. Sot! Oh my gosh, Sot's going to get passed on the front straightaway. Intense wheel spin out of the chicane. Deploys the battery too early again. He was on track a similar mistake to Y-side. Not only do you have to watch out for when you pull off of the asphalt, but that deployment in the rain, that extra torque is insane. Trust me, I know. I spin out every single time. Poconato now is looking to inch ahead. So instead of a 2-3 Haas, throwing the German engineering into the mix, that's Poconato fighting alongside Sot 85 for third position at the moment. Up ahead, Sot's teammate Dungeon out of the chicane already, pulling away. Only driver here with a chance to even stay with Dex. And Chaos sets a 16.3 flat. Where did that come from? He's running 11th. Insane from the keyboard goat. Thanks and Dungeon pulling away, reminiscent of real life. You start battling, you're just gonna lose time. Poconato and Sot now kind of falling out of the picture. The two leaders opening up a nice gap. Dungeon's not gonna be able to catch for sure. Again, still 2/10 slower per lap. More than that now. Cross the line with an updated picture. Keep an eye out for penalties as well. Haven't seen any reds this lap, but you never know.
Yeah, Kraktev made his way past Allen to get up into P5, so yeah, that every position is going to help out for Ferrari, but yeah, let's see if Poco can get ahead of Sot. Maybe, no, he looks like he's just too far back, but coming into turn 1, Poco closes up quite a lot there, and on the exit, it looks like he has, he's carrying a bit more speed through there, through turn 2, now into turn 3, and braking for the chicane. Poco taking a wider line through there, prioritizing the exit, and I think Sot 85 just hit the wall on the exit there. They're side by side as they come into the hairpin, and now over the crest and down the hill they go, still side by side, but Poco just slotting in as we head through the right-hander, and now braking, and you don't want to dip a wheel into the gravel here. That's going to be an instant DNF, like we saw Y-side do, but they're still side by side as we head into the third sector here, through the left-hander. And are any of them going to yield? No, they're not. And getting very close to the average track limits there. But as we head into the final chicane, Poco maybe just putting ahead. But no, Sot comes back under braking. Poco trying to get a bit of a switchback. And on the exit of the final corner, they're still side by side. Nothing can separate these guys. And Nax is just running away with this race at the moment. 1.5 seconds ahead of Dungeon. And Dungeon gaining a few tenths back in the final sector there, but yeah, it looks to be a guaranteed championship for Haas if Kraktev is not able to catch up.
Poconato's also got to think about the long game here. He's putting a ton of pressure on Sot. Now, there's no championship fight for him at all. He's not anywhere near the top 5 in the championship. It's way too late. But there's still a podium on the line. And if he can take that home today, I think he'll be quite happy considering who's ahead of him. Dungeon did close the gap to almost under a second again, but he's lost a couple of tenths through the last half of the latter lap. Now, and this lap, losing even more time. Behind them, Kraktev holding on to P5, but it won't be enough for the constructors. Allen, meanwhile, is holding back the combined attack of the two BMWs, who are hunting him down like sharks in the water. You can see the red flashings. Obviously in the rain, Allen doing a great job right now to keep these cars behind, but now he's going to get a penalty, and the commentator's curse strikes once more. The second BMW of TXH picks up a penalty as well, so it's going to be a bit of collateral there. Both drivers pushing to their respective limits. Out front, redefining the limitations. Thax is now almost with a 2-second gap to Dungeon Fanatics. A quarter race distance, and he's already clear.
Yeah, but this still isn't going to be enough for Thax to win the championship. He needs to score 5 points more than Dungeon, and at the moment it's only 3 points. Actually, it's 4 points because Thax has the fastest lap currently, so yeah, Dungeon needs to drop down into P3 for Thax to win this championship, but considering it's his teammate just behind him, I think Sot will play the team game here and let Dungeon stay in P2, but Poco is still gaining some time on them, so maybe he's going to throw a spanner in the works and try and chase up to Thax.
Dungeon is 2.6 back. Where did he lose so much time? Pull up the sector boards, and it was all in Sector 2. And he lost 6 tenths, must have corrected an error, able to save himself from an invalidation, but now Gotta be like 3 seconds down across the line. No, he gains 3/10 back. Oh, Thax! Oh my god! Oh my god! Thax nearly lost the car coming into turn 1. That was insane. He's on the road. He is safe. Making his way into the front chicane on lap 8 right now. The 4 leaders, again, very much clear. 3 seconds behind them. Crack Dev running his own race at his own pace. Happy 6th because Alan and TXH picked up those penalties out of the final chicane in Sector 3. It's a good result right now for Basket as he is currently fighting Alan right now for P7. And Cadillac will take any points they can this late in the season. Alan all the way to the outside, setting himself up for the next corner. This corner that Basket and Alan are coming up to, very reminiscent of Suzuka. If you know the corner I'm talking about, that is Bull Knowledge. They are side by side right now, battling for P7. Behind them, TXH struggling to catch back up.
Yeah, Basket getting overtaken on the exit though. Alan trying to come back at him into the final chicane, but he just doesn't get the move done. And heading into the final chicane, can Alan get the traction out on the final corner? Looks like he can. And Alan has pulled ahead of the Cadillac, but can Basketic come back? Can Basketic use the battery to get ahead of the Alpine driver? It doesn't look like he can.
So Alan comfortably now 7th still. 2.5 seconds the gap to Happy that he has to recover after the slowdown. It was made worse because it happened out of the exit onto the front straight. Oh. Anytime that happens on the straight, it's cooked.
I thought I just saw Poco lose his front wing, but I think
he's got it still.
Yeah, I think he just scraped the wall on the exit of the first chicane, but it looks to be alright as Dungeon is now under pressure from both Salt and Poco, so yeah, this isn't good news for Dungeon. His championship is slipping away more and more, but yeah, Thax has been in control throughout this entire season. He's been a bit off form these last few races. We really expect to see him winning every race, but yeah, Dungeon has just got the better of him these past 3 races, but that's looked to be changing in the penultimate round of the season. Here at Saitama, the wet conditions look to be to Thax's advantage, but yeah, oh, Thax hitting a bump on the downhill, but I don't think it
second time he's done it.
Yeah, I don't think it affected him too much, but yeah, we have to remember the conditions are changing, so you could see the track dry out in a few minutes as Thax cuts the chicane there. That's going to be a penalty for him. Penalty.
Dungeon Fanatics, here he comes. Oh, Thax is very lucky. He's still got his nose in this because it happened into this medium speed corner. Dungeon, wheel spin off of the exit. Now they make their way through Sector 2. Again, you cannot over-push this corner. Watch the gravel. They're through clean. Who gets the better exit? Looks like it's the Scuderia. Now the battery deployment matters as well. You've got to be tactical. Thax is going to inch back ahead into the lead, but this opens the door for Dungeon. No penalties. He's got to play it smart. Conditions are changing, as Jay-Z said, but Dungeon right back into the conversation, and Thax wasn't pulling away from him. He got that 2-second gap, but then it kind of stagnated. Now he will pull a bit here, as Dungeon was much tighter, didn't get the wheel straightened out as quick, and the gap's going to be, well, who knows? We'll see as they cross the line. They are still pretty close. 225. Now it looks like they're side by side. In fact, Dungeon deploying more down the straight here. Now they're side by side for sure into turn 1. Drop a couple of gears. Long right-hander. Keep it on the pavement. Now Thax going off. Dungeon following him. They're on the same line. Into the chicane. The 2. Race leader Sot inside a second. Here comes Sot. Keep an eye on him in the background. Dungeon is sticking with Thax. Thax not able to pull away this time as easily. Now Dungeon all over the rear diffuser of the Scuderia, making their way down the hill again. Same corner we just saw. Thax better out of the medium speed corner. And he cuts that really, really tight. Dungeon had a great exit, a bit of wheel spin coming out of it. That's the energy deployment. And now you've got to be tactical. Like I said, 3-6-1 the gap. Losing time. But not out of the picture yet. Sot inside a second as well. Now overtake mode is disabled, I do believe.
Yeah, it is.
So don't count on that. It's down to the driver. Sot 85 penalty. Sot 85 penalty behind. And he didn't even get it at the chicane. He got it before the chicane. How is that even possible? Poconado's going to launch himself back into a podium position. Dungeon holds the gap under 4/10, deploying more on the straight again. He's obviously on a different deployment strategy than Thax, and it does matter on this lap, but he's losing time through Sector 2. That's where he needs to focus up, especially out of that medium speed, that left-hander. The 2 leaders clear now. Over 1.5 seconds, fighting through the first chicane. Thax drops to 3rd gear, out of the exit now. Brake bias critical as well. Conditions changing. It's getting drier on the track. Adjustment in real time. Dungeon, wheel spin over the corner, goes onto the grass, losing time as they make their way into the corner, reminiscent of Suzuka. I forget what number turn it is exactly, but Thax should open the gap here to at least half a second. We'll see as they pass the next timing board out of Sector 2. Was that an invalidation for Dungeon? No. In fact, he's actually... Nope, he's not closer. He is a full second down. So indeed, as predicted, out of the medium speed corner again. Thax is just faster. Dungeon does have more battery down the straight. He's definitely like going around the lap. But is it going to be enough? Now you've got to pray for the changing conditions. When do you decide to pit to the inters? Do you decide to pit to the inters at all? A lot of questions to be asked here.
Yeah, I think they're going to pit for inters maybe 2 or 3 laps time. I think 60% rain is when you want to box for inters, and it's currently 73%. So yeah, it could be a few laps time until they pit, as Dungeon is half a second behind Thax coming into the first sector, and he's lost 4/10 in the first sector alone. So yeah, not looking good for Dungeon at this stage in the race.
He's got more battery down the straight, for sure. Every single time he's gaining it back on the straight, but just out of this corner specifically, into the next part of the sector, he keeps losing time. Like, I don't know if it's his exit. I think it's partially exit and partially strategy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Behind them, Happy has passed Allen for P6. Basket's lost the positions. He's all the way down to 9th. Chaos inside the top 10 right now, holding off a charge from HVSK and the Williams. That's Clams all the way behind them. Another 11 seconds down the road. And these are some of the top drivers still in AWC, in Project Apex. And they're 43 seconds down to the leading driver. In fact, Thax looking like he's got a chance to lap mine here. Half race distance. Already caught up to the back runner. Back marker. Wow. Get the race terminology right, bub. But something I didn't mention. What happened to Dungeon?
Dungeon's pitted.
Okay, so he's going to jump the gun. All right.
I think that's way too early for Inters. I don't know how that's going to work.
Unless he thinks this is real life F1, he's going to go for the undercut. All right, bud.
I don't think it's going to work for him. You can have a look at the sector time.
Oh, look at that. Oh, sliding.
Yeah. Where is Dungeon? Is he? Oh, he's in P9. Let's ride on board with him on his outlap, see how well these tyres are going to hold up. And he's having to lift a lot into the first chicane and having a bit of a wiggle.
I think it was a lap too early.
Yeah, definitely a lap too early. I thought his engineers would tell him to do otherwise, but yeah. And he's sliding a lot through the right-hander, almost going sideways through there, having to counter-steer the car through the high-speed corners onto the gravel for Dungeon. This has not been a good decision from him. I think he's going to.
How much time did he lose?
Yeah, I think he's going to maybe even fall out the top 5 at this rate.
Ooh. Yeah, 1.5 seconds through one sector is not good. That's how much time he lost.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
I mean, will it pay back for him if the drivers go around one more time before the inters come into window and he gets one full lap where his tires are at a better advantage than the wets? I doubt it.
I think
it was 1 lap too early, maybe 2 laps too early.
I think this lap...
Is he still on the track? I missed him. Oh. Okay, he is.
Yeah, he is. Can't spectate.
I about thought he crashed.
Yeah.
Allen's going to come into the pits. Second car to box. HVSK boxing as well. Basket's coming out. So the Cadillac boxing. The midfield's deciding to come in on this lap. Is that an indication that Dungeon's tires are going to be a bit better? Thax right now still comfortably out in front. Poco losing time. Half a second lost through Sector 2. Sought 4.3 behind. Kind of maintaining a 4-second gap. That penalty is the difference here. Does Thax box? He's going very slowly out of the Sector 3 chicane. Stays to the left side of the track.
Coming in.
Thax into the pits. So a reaction. Is this going to put the race away for him? Behind him, Poconauto boxes as well. Sod 85. Now you want to pray for a good stop. Allah, please give me good RNG. Thax deciding to box halfway down the pit lane. Interesting strategy. Sod and Poco both boxing at the front. That may have closed the gap up a little bit. Now Thax is going to be on the exit.
Yeah, Dungeon's nowhere close to Thax.
Yeah, that was a huge error. Actually, he's flying down the main straight right now. He's not too bad. He's behind Sod.
And Poco.
So he's still got a chance to make amends.
Why does Crackdev come out? Ah, he's way behind top 4. So, yeah, Crackdev in a bit.
You know what Crackdev's like?
Yeah, what?
He's sitting there, sipping his caramel macchiato. That's a movie reference. And he's listening to Tequila Sunrise by the Eagles, just enjoying his time. Oh my God, there's a crashed Williams. That's Clams. That's Clams. By the way, not only is Clams crashed out, but the car in P12, that's Day-Day, has absolutely no front wing and also no nose. Like the nose is just completely gone. Plastic surgery confirmed. Slap 16, Thax ahead by 3.1 seconds. Conditions continuing to improve. There will be time to switch to the dries. 20% is kind of that sweet spot. The slicks are undeniably faster than the inters. Now, what percentage is the rain at? That is the question. Can't tell you.
55.
I'm not God. What is it?
55.
55? All right, not anytime soon.
Yeah.
Whew. Dungeon, man. Bro, think he like GB in the YouTube Creator Series races, bro.
Oh yeah? Why is that?
Oh, Poconauto slide. GB pulled off an insane strategy at Miami. Do you remember that race?
Oh, was it last year?
Where he like, yeah, where he came into the pits, box, enters before anybody else.
Oh, that's an Alpine.
Oh my gosh, stopped Alpine. Which Alpine was it? That is the question. It's the second one. That's Hayas.
He's not even
he just
crashed.
stopped there.
He just stopped. I think he just had it.
He decided, he decided, I'm just gonna pull over real quick. I gotta check my phone. There's a race going on, buddy. What are we doing?
I don't know. Maybe he's gonna wait till it's dry to get the fastest lap.
Yay! No, he's just parked there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Ay. He's scrolling TikTok. He is scrolling TikTok. You are right, MXR. Fastest lap by Thax. The Inter's working wonders for him right now. So maybe Max Verstappen has been reincarnated as a Formula Apex driver. Loves the wet conditions. Now Crackdev decides to say, I can do you one better. You may be the dominant teammate this season, but I have some serious pace when I want to. And he has. There's been a couple occasions where Crackdev has been right there with Thax, but there hasn't been enough of them. He's been shown the door most of the season, but he takes the fastest lap for now. Improvements still to come for sure as the conditions get even better. Unlike my grades. Lap 18. Oh, the track just updated itself. Now it should be damp. Let's see. Poconauto, 4 seconds exactly as he passed the timing board. Sot still trailing behind. Dungeons lost 2 seconds. 2 seconds more. Not enjoying the inters. Oh my gosh. Crackdev is 6 seconds to the cars ahead and like 5 seconds to the cars behind. He's literally just chilling. 1:12.949 from Thax. Almost qualifying pace now on lap 19. Fastest sector 3 set by Sot. Looking to gain towards Poco, who is on for second place finish at the moment. It's a great result for him if he pulls it off. And we've seen these types of drives from Poconauto. We've also seen mistakes, but again, anything is possible with 9 racing laps to go. Now it's just a time trial. And we shall see who trials the time. What?
Yeah, Thax setting another purple sector, but he is advantage, so yeah, not going to be another fastest lap for him, but yeah, the Inters are coming into their sweet spots now, so yeah, we should see a lot of fastest laps coming in at this point, but yeah, I think it is going to dry up soon, and yeah, the rain has stopped, so I don't know if we're going to see any drivers fit for the dry tyres. I don't think we are, considering there's only 9 laps remaining, including this one, but yeah, Poco setting the fastest lap there with a 1:12.4. I don't think that's going to stick for the rest of the race, but actually maybe it might. I don't know, not too sure, but yeah, Poco sitting in P2 quite comfortably, start 1 second behind him as Alan goes purple in the third sector, and Poco yet again setting another purple, so he's gaining a bit of time to Thax there, 2/10 of a second in the first sector, but yeah, is it going to be enough to get into the lead? Not too sure. The track is going to get more and more slippery for the Inters. The Inters are going to be wearing out quite significantly in the drying conditions. And did Thax get a penalty? Oh no, he didn't, but yeah, Thax just losing a lot of time now. It's quite surprising, considering how his race has been going until now, but yeah, Thax losing 3/10 of a second in the second sector as he heads up to the line. Let's see if he loses any more time to Poco in P2, and Solid 5 is sitting behind Poco as well, so I think overtake mode will be enabled relatively soon as Solid 5 setting the fastest lap to 1:11.5, so we're almost at dry condition lap times right now. Dry condition is probably around a 1:10, but yeah, Poco again gaining some time through the first
Here's
sector.
the dry pace. Wow.
Yeah, so
A full second shaved off.
yeah, Poco looking really comfortable in these conditions, and he's dragging Solid 5 behind him, but well, what's happened to Dungeon? 12 seconds behind the lead. Was that a penalty maybe?
When you try your best,
Might
but
have
you
been a
don't
mistake.
succeed.
But yeah, Dungeon is now under pressure from Crackdev. What's happened there?
Well, something has certainly happened because Krekdev, who has been running his own race, instead of being 6 seconds behind, now finds himself less than 2 behind the man in P4 Dungeon Fanatics. And the fall off has to be studied. That is for sure. 110.7, the true pace being unlocked now. The track continues to dry. This may be the last lap we see on the inners as Sant goes over that same bump that nearly took Thax out twice, loses time to Poconato. That's going to be big. Through this part of the lap to the chicane, Poconato with the momentum, looking to open the gap further. The battle for P2 continues. Anyone's game there. And Poconato, at the moment, showing very, very good pace. Now he's lost time back to Thax. Thax has to readjust. Looks like he has adjusted. Gaps back to 4 seconds. Alan. What has happened to Alan? Alan is coming through the chicane now. Lost the position to TXH. So the battle of the midfield continues. TXH now the leading car. It's been TXH at one point. It's been Alan at one point. It's been Happy. Even Basket was there. But TXH is 20 seconds down to the leaders. Meanwhile, Crackdev passing the last McLaren at the moment of mine. But he's lost 3 seconds somehow. He was there. Was it an error? Was it a slowdown? Was it a penalty? Who knows? But now Dungeon with a bit of breathing room to the car behind. But any chance of him winning this race is gone at this point. Oh my god. Poconato and Sant still fighting out front.
Has Thax won the championship? Let me check.
I would do the math now.
Yeah. Has Haas won the construction?
Because if he has, I need to give him a championship call.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, so if Thax wins the championship if it stays like this, or even if Dungeon goes into P3, then Thax still wins the championship. And has the champion been wrong? Let me check.
Lap 24. 4.5 racing laps to go. For the driver, that has been the strongest, the most consistent all season. Are we about to witness history?
Yeah, so Haas don't win the championship if it stays like this. Oh, what happened to Saw? I didn't even realize. He just lost a load of time.
I looked away, and why is he fighting with Dungeon Fanatics?
He lost
What
his
happened?
first sector to 24.4. What's happened there? Did he pit or something?
Saw 85 and Dungeon Fanatics. They finished 3rd and 4th. The constructors locked up. But, man, both drivers making a mistake somewhere. Massive mistakes. Oh god, there's where it was. He lost 8 seconds to Thax in the first sector. Was a slowdown for sure.
I don't think a slowdown loses even that much time, though.
It had to be slowdown plus something else.
Yeah, maybe a spin or something. I don't know, but
yeah, for sure. Thax is clear. Nobody can catch him. 4.2 seconds. Poconato is going to take home a valiant second place. He has outlasted both Haas drivers. He's so far ahead of them. He can afford to take a penalty, and he would still finish second.
yeah.
The driver is choosing to stay on the inters, it looks like, to the end of this race. It's too late to box now. But Thax could do it if he wanted to.
Yeah, he could get fastest lap. Well, she's already got the fastest lap, so I guess that's not really necessary.
Three racing laps to go. Thax 1905 crosses the line here. Poconato, again, maintains the gap. Sot holding on to P3, crossing the line behind. There he is, looking for the podium position. Dungeon will fight him to the end now. He knows the championship is probably lost. His engineer is going to be over the phone with him, letting him know that at this position, even if he passes his teammate here, as he takes a slide, ooh, that was risky, that it's over. And it was a valiant effort from Dungeon, winning several Grand Prix this season. But at the end of everything, it's not going to be enough. He won in Sochi. He was contesting. He had a hat trick of victories earlier in the season. But those DNFs, they cost him. If he doesn't crash out in Miami, this whole championship fight could be different. And he was leading in that race.
Yeah.
Dungeon Crash Natix makes multiple appearances again this season, and I know he will be kicking himself. Thax 1905 will cross the line for lap 27. 2 racing laps to go for AWC history. Looking to be the first 3-time champion. This is season 7. He has won the last 2 seasons in a row. With the 25 cars, 2000s cars. He said, you know, it was nice to win it twice, but I'd like to win it thrice. And he's on pace to do that. Stick with the inners, didn't box. Poconato's losing more time, 5.5 seconds. Sot, ahead of his teammate by a second. He looks like he should hold on to the podium spot. That error from Dungeon, what could have been, I don't believe that he would have won this race, but perhaps a P2, if not for that early box. But as the Scuderia comes around the final chicane, there will be 1 racing lap to go, and we will ride on board with Thax 1905 as he makes his way down the front straightaway here. Start-finish line, 1 lap to go. And of course, there's one more race in Abu Dhabi, but this is for an unassailable points lead. He can put it away here. Just a handful more corners into the high-speed chicane. Drops a couple of gears, nice and steady through here. No need to risk. Still so close to the wall, pushing the limit everywhere he goes. Clear by 3/10 in quali. It is undeniable. Many will tell you at the start of AWC, when it was known under a different name, drivers like Moto, Ysai, Hayas, the best of the best. Now, what can they say? We are witnessing greatness. We are witnessing history, and you can say what you will, but the ethic has been clear. No one has put more time in to the game. No one has tried harder. No one deserves it more. And as he makes his way out of the final corner, as Crofty would say, you've heard this twice? Here's a third time for you. Dax 1905, champion of the world. He wins inside Tama, and he takes an unassailable points lead. He is your Season 7 champion. What a drive. What a season. Absolute perfection. The first to win 3 championships. It's Dax 1905. Poco finishes P2, 6 seconds down. Sought Dungeon, they block out the constructors. Haas will take that home. But all the glory goes to Dax 1905. What a driver. Wow.
Yeah, so 3-time champion is crowned to Thax. And Haas haven't won the Constructor Championship yet. They're still...
They haven't?
No, they haven't.
Fake!
But,
Well, they should. They should.
They are going to win it next race, most likely, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be it for this round. And HVSK rounding out the final corner. Getting yet another point scoring race. And yeah, everyone else lapped twice. So yeah, that's going to be it for this weekend. And I'll join you next time for the season finale in